iPhone shipments suffered double-digit drop over the holiday quarter, says IDC. Worldwide smartphone shipments suffered their worst quarterly drop on record over the holiday period, according to IDC, and Apple was not immune to the cooling consumer demand. Now, we covered a clip in a previous episode on the slowing smartphone market in India, and we talked about a lot of people coming online there that hadn't previously been, but it is important to note this is a global thing going on. It's just that India happens to be one of the biggest smartphone markets in the world, the second biggest at the moment, arguably the biggest shortly at some point in the future here. Research firm estimates that Apple shipped 72.3 million iPhones in the December quarter, down year on year from 85 million units, representing a 14.9% drop in shipments. Compared to the same quarter a year ago, other major smartphone brands suffered similar double-digit setbacks. Samsung's shipments fell by 15.6% year on year, and Chinese mobile makers Oppo, Vivo suffered almost equivalent declines, with Xiaomi performing the worst, with a quarterly drop, 26.3% drop in shipments. Now, they're still moving product. They're still sending shipments. It's just, hey, listen, it's not what it was. It's not what it has been. And we have had to sit here, you and I, and speculate on all the reasons for this. You have new promotions coming into place. You have dropped pricing on things like Tesla. You have a cool down, an economic cool down. You have COVID residual. Like, it's just, it's so many things that could be contributing factors to this, particularly when you zoom out far enough to see, oh, this is affecting the marketplace as a whole. It's even affecting the likes of people like us who talk about the marketplace as a whole. So this is widespread, and I think it's going to be a slow turnaround. There are some things that could jumpstart it, some sort of more heavy iteration, some sort of new product category that gets people excited. But when I saw what happened to electric cars, I said, oh, no, nothing is immune, because the hype around electric cars seemed at a fever pitch. But then you drop the prices. I know they say the demand is back up, but if the demand was where you thought it was going to be, then why did you raise lower so fast in such a short period of time? Riots broke out in late November at the world's largest iPhone factory in the Chinese city of Changshu, where Foxconn workers were unhappy with COVID restrictions and unpaid bonuses. iPhone production at the factory was said to have been significantly affected by the protests. Of course, this is another element. We talked about supply chain. How about other interesting developments in manufacturing in China that affect output? And then if you don't have product to sell, people may hold off and just say, okay, forget about it. You don't have the model I want. Things like this. So many, many factors influencing this story.